I am playing a bit of Need for Speed Heat, the Ultimate Edition. Reason being, it was £3.50 in a sale. I thought that was a little bit weird, but then like 2 days later they announced the new Need for Speed game, so I guess that tracks. But still, it's not the greatest game ever made, but for £3.50 I'm not going to complain. You may notice there's no music playing at the moment. The reason for that is perfectly simple. The in-game soundtrack is absolute wank. It is seriously the worst soundtrack I've ever heard in a game. So I've muted the in-game audio and been playing my Spotify playlist, but if I do that in a YouTube video I'll get content ID to all hell, so mute it is. Anyway, I'm here in my Mazda RX-7. Not the fanciest looking car, especially considering I keep scuffing the feckin' paint. But the police chases in this game are bullshit, so don't expect me to look pretty all the time. I'm actually doing a favour for a friend, believe it or not. The long and the short of it is, a friend of mine, he's getting on a bit now. He's 67, I think. He's basically my best friend / childhood rival's dad. And he ran his own business for like 40 years, and in the middle of his, let's call it what it was, a midlife crisis, he bought himself a rather fancy car, which I'll show you in a brief moment. But now that he's getting on a bit and his vision's fading and he doesn't have the reflexes he used to, driving a ridiculously fast car like this is well, it's not really in his wheelhouse anymore, and he's been kind of sad about it, that he can't drive his car anymore. He had to sell it quite a while ago because it was just taking up space, and sold it to a collector because, you know, it's a nice car. So yeah, he had his fun with it, but it's just like he misses going out on the joyride. So since the car is actually in this version of Need for Speed, and he has access to all of my games because my profile is enabled on his PlayStation, I figured I would buy him the digital version of the car and kit it out to look roughly the same as his old one does, or at least as close as I can get it. That way he can relive the glory days of driving his fancy car around at stupidly high speed, but it really doesn't matter what he does to it. It's a digital car. He can crash it as much as he likes. And I need a new car anyway, because the RX-7 is just not up to snuff with the current level of races I'm expected to do in the campaign. So without further ado, let's get rid of this car with the giant arse lip thing here. I don't know what's going on with that, why its back fender sticks out like a clear foot. It's fucking ugly, I hate it. It's been a good car to me, but it's time to upgrade. So I'm not buying him this piece of crap. Don't worry, I'm not that tight. I've spent the last 2 hours grinding for rep points and cash to actually unlock this car. So this is my whole day. So don't say I'm not a good friend, because yeah, I've put quite a bit of effort into this. Yeah. I don't know why it's considered a plus that you have to unlock like the Chevy Fleet side, considering it's stat-wise it's actually worse than the car you start the game with. I don't know what all these are about. Like, you start off with a car that's like level 129, so anything below that is objectively crapper than something you're guaranteed to have. Figure that one out as much as you like. So it's all the way over here because it's one of the later unlocks. There's 134 cars in this game, which is pretty solid, and there's a lot of good ones as well. Well, yeah, you got a Porsche 911 Carrera GTS here. It's a bloody good car. Yeah, BMW i8 Roadster, not bad. But despite briefly considering the possibility of buying a Ferrari and turning this game into an unofficial Outrun clone, what I will be buying for my companion today is this. He actually owned a Lamborghini Diablo, believe it or not. He figured that he'd been running his business successfully for like 15 years at this point, and he deserved the treat. So, nuts to it. He bought a Diablo. He found it on Auto Trader going relatively cheap for a Diablo, and Yeah. He had a lot of good adventures with it. His original logic, believe it or not, as to why he bought the Diablo of all things, he saw it in a movie called Bedazzled. It's a remake of an old movie from the 60s. Liz Hurley plays the devil, and she gives Brendan Fraser some magic wishes, to try and get his life in order, but then she deliberately keeps screwing them up. It's actually not a bad movie in the grand scheme of things, Although, having said that, his obsession with the girl comes off as a little bit creepy, I suppose, in modern times, but we're a little more sensitive to those things than we were at the time. She actually drives a jet black Lamborghini Diablo in the movie, and my friend's logic basically was, if it's good enough for the devil, it's good enough for him. Yes, that's why he bought a Diablo. But like I said, he can't drive the real one anymore, even if he still had it, because frankly, even if he was still in good condition to drive, the car wasn't. He'd had it for many, many years, and not only had he given it a fair bit of challenge on his many grand tours through Europe, to go and explore the scenery. His son, my best friend, childhood rival, notorious dickhead in my life, had a habit of taking it out on the autobahns and absolutely thrashing it. And I don't know what you know about Lamborghini Diablos, but replacement parts ain't fucking cheap. But yeah, despite the fact this is going to cost me all of my money, I'm doing it for a friend, because now he can log in on this profile and he can reuse his old car. So now the question is, what are the customization options? Because you got this weird thing in Need for Speed Heat where you've got this customization rating. Like, some cars basically can't be customized at all. I assume there's some sort of special promotional thing, but for whatever reason you're not allowed to customize them. So I'm hoping that this isn't one of them.
Moving up in the world. None of that hoopty shit for you no more.
Well, I can still upgrade it further, but this just cost me all my feckin' money, so the performance parts are going to have to wait. The one thing I do like about this is that you can download raps from the community. What I don't like is that people are arseholes. You'll find a genuinely shocking number of people are creating essentially porn images, and you have to, undo parts of the rap to be able to see some naked anime girl. I'm like, are you that desperate for tits? Fucking really? How many of you are crippled by hypersensitive nanny cams on your internet that your mum put on? Probably living in the fucking Bible Belt somewhere where the internet is pure evil. But I do like the creativity. The only thing I don't like about this car is that it's got the big Diablo symbol on the side of it. You don't seem to be able to get rid of it. It overrides the fucking wrap. That's just stupid. Why is that a thing? So, that's actually not a million miles off. I said, with the exception of the Diablo symbol, that's bordering on perfect. That is basically how his car used to look. Yes, it was ridiculously ostentatious, but it was it was a old man treat, essentially. So I'm gonna leave it like that. Let's see. Have I got enough for some decent underglow on this? Because, frankly, if you don't have underglow on your car in a Need for Speed game, what in the fuck are you doing with your life? You have to unlock yellow underglow. That's just ridiculous. You have to complete black market challenges to unlock yellow. Okay. Oh, that's the one I want, the bad weather one. That would be perfect. The whole idea is it's supposed to have like a lightning bolt design down the side of it. I can probably find a better version of it later, but this will do for now. Why has it got such an issue with yellow? Why is yellow so fucking contraband? Whatever. You know, that'll do for now. Anyway, there you go. If you're watching this, my companion, who I will not name, but he knows who he is. If you are checking my Twitter or YouTube channel, yeah, I'll send you a text to let you know this is done. If you want your car back, there you go. That's the best I can do. I can't afford to buy you a real Lamborghini Diablo, because, yikes. But well, how you ever afforded it is beyond me. But I got you a digital one, so you can't say fairer than that. I'm doing the best I can here. So, ironically, you can customise the car to look however you like, but the actual number of customisation options for your player character are hopelessly limited. Like, if, like me, you're a white guy, you're basically shit out of luck. The game doesn't like you. But there we go. Let's take it for a quick spin. I would take it out at night, but without the underglow on, what's the fucking point? I'll check the challenges menu, see what I've got to do to unlock yellow. Oh, that's just bloody insane. That's brand new Lamborghini. This is even without any upgrades on it, this is a fairly significant upgrade on my previous car. So let's see if it's any faster. Well, it flies better. Yeah, this isn't bad. Like I said, I haven't tuned it yet. I haven't put decent race tyres on it or anything like that, so it's still in its raw form. It's a bit on the wide side. So yeah, that is the Lamborghini Diablo from my friend. If you're interested in my quick fire notes review of the game, I'd say it's pretty good, although the police are a fucking nightmare in this game. For whatever reason, Need for Speed games have always had a problem with rubber banding AI, but that's not a problem while you're in a race, but it is a problem with the cops. It makes them absolutely intolerable. If you get up to like heat level 3 or higher, you basically can't outrun them unless you're in an endgame car. So for the vast majority of the campaign, you're screwed. And the problem with that is that how it works is you get cash money for doing races during the day, which is fine. You don't tend to run into the cops during the day. And you get reputation points, which unlock new parts and new cars at night. But you get like your heat level, basically your wanted level from Grand Theft Auto. That determines your points multiplier. So if you really want to make some rapid progress, you want to get your heat level high and then do some proper high level racing. So instead of getting like 5,000 rep points, you get 25,000 because you're at max heat level and it multiplies by 5. It saves so much time. But if your heat level's too high, and for the vast majority of the game you can't do anything about that, the police are guaranteed to catch you, you lose your bonus, and it takes like all of your money. It's really obnoxious. However, I can't really complain, because as I said, I bought this game for £3.50 in a sale, and what the bloody hell do you expect for £3.50? You know? Like, if I'd have paid 70 quid for this, it is the complete ultimate edition with all of the extra cars and stuff, so it's not bad. If I'd have paid full price for it, I think I would have been mildly irritated. But for £3.50, I am not going to complain. So that's my suggestion. Buy it in a sale under no other circumstances. So I am actually going to log out now and go get some food so that I can send this message to my friend and let him know that his car is kind of sort of back. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope that you found this little diversion amusing. It's just my way of killing time. So until I have something more interesting to say, hopefully the audio is recording properly, because my headset is a bit on the fritz, so I'll be very annoyed if I've got to redo this. But until the next time, I will catch you later. Evil Pikachu out.